Hey there, I'm Matt Nemetz with Focal Fuse, where the goal is to help you be seen, heard, and understood with captivating visuals. This is the video series where I learn, apply, and teach branding, design, and video with you. With that being said, let's get into it. So in this video, I wanted to talk about what you need to start making videos. So it's a common myth or misconception when it comes to making quality videos that you need the best and most experienced crew, or you need the best, highest ticket camera gear and equipment, and that's not necessarily true. I feel like those are kind of restrictions that people put on themselves, but when it comes down to it, what you really need to create a great quality video is to start with an amazing story or an idea that motivates you to tell it. Once you understand the basic principles of filmmaking, or you've studied a little bit of what it takes to make films and some of the rules that are generally followed, it really comes down to going out there and just doing it and making some of those mistakes that are essential to make. And in fact, you'll find when you go out there and you just start and you make those mistakes, you're going to end up learning more than you would if you were just inside reading about it. So it's just important to get out there and stop worrying about the gear, stop worrying about having the team of people and belief behind you and what you're doing. Just get out there and start making mistakes and learning from them. So it's no secret that you can make a pretty bad film with a very expensive camera, and on the opposite end of that spectrum, you can make some amazing videos with a camera that you have on your phone in your pocket. So don't use the gear as an excuse to not get out and start making videos and experimenting if that's something that drives you creatively and you want to express yourself through telling stories. Don't let the camera or the gear stop you from doing that. Everybody has a phone, or everybody has a friend that has a camera that's just laying around, so either you can ask them to borrow it or you can rent it from them, and then you can get yourself out there and start actually making films and making the mistakes, learning from them and applying the different principles that you learn about and you study, and you can start creating some better work. And as you continue to get better, if you continue to like it, you can start investing in your gear and start investing in your equipment, and ultimately what this does is it just ups your production value. But if you're just getting started, or you're just in the beginning stages and want a nice video, you don't necessarily need to focus on getting a very expensive camera. So when you're first starting out to make videos, it's important that you use what you have available. And not everybody's going to have all the lighting equipment and all the gear that they need to start making videos at this high production value, but everybody has things like practical lighting and natural lighting and windows and houses that you can use to get a better look, so that when it comes time to edit your video, you're not spending a bunch of time in post-production trying to mash up the look or apply a LUT that is just going to destroy the image. You really just want to get the best in-camera look that you can, so that you can save time in post-production. It's really, again, about the story that you're telling and being resourceful. Don't look too much into the gear. I always say story over gear, because it's easy for anyone to get caught up in, oh, I need this next camera in order to do this, or I need this in order to do that, or these new lights. And that stuff's all great, and that stuff is fine, and the technology that's becoming available for filmmakers nowadays is insane, and it's becoming more affordable and easier to access, which is really helping more independent people make higher quality films and productions. But when you're just starting out, it's important to not get too overwhelmed by that stuff, because there's a lot and it can hit you at once and get to be a little bit discouraging. But when I first started out, I was rocking a Nikon D3300. I didn't even know how to use it. I didn't understand the exposure. I didn't understand what aperture was. I didn't understand how to use it. I just had it on auto and started pressing record. And over time, I started learning from my mistakes. I started applying the knowledge that I learned into my productions. And I started taking on multiple different jobs so that I could gain experience in many different fields, whether it was a product photo or video, whether it was doing a wedding or a live event, learning how to do music videos and cut up different event videos. You just got to get out there, and you got to learn as much as you can and apply it and at your own pace and at your own rate. And not everybody's going to learn everything overnight, so it's important to just do what you can, work with what you have, and put out the video that tells a story that you believe in, and it tells a story that you think will captivate people. So it's really about the story. It's not about your gear. what camera you have or the next latest trend. Just go out there and enjoy the process. So when it comes to editing your footage, even if you're on a budget or you're just getting started, you do have options. You know, phones have different apps nowadays that let you do a limited amount of editing within them. And I know pre-installed on a lot of different computers now, you have Windows Movie Maker and you have iMovie, so you do have options to begin editing and to get your feet wet with it. And once you begin getting a little bit more comfortable with the editing program or the software or the process in general, if you find that you like it and it's something that you're going to continue to do, then you can start to look at other editors and start to invest in something that's going to be able to produce better results and give you more options when it comes to post-production editing and adding the special effects to your videos to make them stand out and ultimately give you a higher quality look for maybe a lower price. If you're looking for a more advanced editor, you can start to look at things like Adobe Premiere, Final Cut Pro, DaVinci Resolve. There's all sorts of different programs that are out there that give you the capabilities that you need and basically put all the tools in your hands that you'll need to start creating videos that have a higher production value. So aside from the technical aspects and the equipment that you need to make a video, what you really need to start is just a solid plan. You need to start with an idea and take that and progress it and create a story that solves a problem and that intrigues people and that makes people want to continue to watch. Ultimately, every video has a certain structure that it follows, and that's why they're effective and that's why they get results. When you have a plan, when you have a solid story, when you help solve a problem, and when you call people to action, you're going to be able to create a more effective video than if you just go into it without any plan at all and you just focus on the wrong things. It's really important to just get the foundation in place first so that your end result will be better. So it really comes down to having a plan and having passion for what you create, and the rest will kind of fall in place. If you're new to video or you're just starting out and you have any questions that I might not have answered in this video, feel free to leave a comment below and let me know, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can with an answer. Be on the lookout for more videos coming soon. If you like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to turn on notifications. And if you think someone needs to see this video, go ahead and share it with them. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.